The Dubois County 4-H Fair is about 4-H, but it's also about home extension clubs in Dubois County. We're going to talk with three young ladies about the program here in Dubois County. We have with us Carol Libbert. We also have with us Linda Summers and Judy Kemp. And first of all, Carol, what club do you ladies belong to?
Town and Country.
Town and Country?
In Huntingburg.
Okay.
Most of us are from Huntingburg. She's from Ferdinand.
Okay.
But
All right. Now, tell me about what happens at a meeting for you ladies. What do you do?
well, it's a social thing a lot, but we learn from each other. We pass on tips and recipes, projects, just crafts. I mean, just a lot of things. And of course, we start with the pledge to the flag and the club creed, and we end with a closing prayer.
Okay.
And sometimes we have lunch, sometimes we don't.
Okay. Always better when you do have lunch.
Right.
Okay. And what do you specialize in an area? Are you like the quilting lady, or is it?
No,
Not really.
not really.
Okay.
No.
All right, Linda, we're going to ask you a few questions. Linda, what do you think is the best part about the homemakers clubs in Dubois County?
The friendship, fellowship, and the learning.
Okay. Now, what have you learned from this?
Oh my, it's been 40 some odd years that I've been in.
So you've learned something,
I've
I hope.
learned something,
Okay.
yes.
And
yeah.
what
lot
is
of
the-
things in sewing and cooking and health and safety and a lot of.
Now, at the fair, what is the primary responsibility of the homemakers clubs?
Bringing exhibits,
Bringing exhibits?
yes.
Okay, now I know you're
Well,
just barely out of the 4-H age. However, how would you bring exhibits? What is that?
Well, our home extension clubs, we have several categories.
Is that what's called open class?
Yes.
Okay.
Open class. We have quilts, baking, gardening, vegetables, different types of craft venues, and then we also help with watching the buildings.
Okay, so you're the guards of the building?
Yeah, we're the guards of the building.
Okay.
And we help
All right.
with the judging. I help the quilt judge, just not judging, but writing the remarks down that she makes. And that in itself is a learning process. You kind of learn what they're looking for as when they judge. And then we do our turn hostessing. Most of us that are available will do our hostess turn. And of course, we have district meetings, which we try to attend, which are very interesting. And we always learn something new.
Okay, well, let's ask Judy now. Judy, if somebody is out there watching and going, I don't know if I'd want to join 4-H. I mean, not 4-H, but the Home Extension Club. Why should somebody join?
Well, I think the homemaking skills are very important for everyone, men and women both, actually.
Right.
And it's a dying art in a lot of cases, and so I think it's just good to get together and fellowship with the other people and exchange ideas and get up to date.
Is there something that you've learned from being in home extension?
Yes, I've been in homemaking around 30 years, and just the exchange of information, the sewing and the cooking, and we even do, lessons on financial management or insurance, that sort of thing, which I'm a CPA, so that is important to me. So I think that's good that is covered as well. I think that's something that's lacking in the schools nowadays, is that we don't teach the kids how to handle their finances. So the home ec has picked that up in some ways.
Okay, now I think oftentimes that people think, well, the home ec clubs are really for older folks. It's not something that, I'm 25 years old. By the way, I'm not 25. I'm 26.
Oh, I thought
but
so.
It's something that I think a lot of times we think, we're too young. That's really not the right kind of thing for me. But really, that's probably the reason home extension clubs exist, is to help those who are younger to grow into learning things.
Pass
Right.
things on.
Yes.
We're gonna double mic.
Passing things on, from generation to generation. It's like hand quilting is almost a dying art, but it's so relaxing and worthwhile doing, and just a lot of other things that are kind of losing their, I don't know, we're losing them somehow.
But I think there seems to be a renaissance for that, and people are starting to come back to some of the old traditions, canning and doing things like that. And we're going to ask Carol Libert now. You have gone to a statewide conference just recently held by Purdue Extension, and,
Yes.
and what was that about?
Okay, every June, the whole extension out of Purdue has a conference at Purdue. It's like 3 days, and but this year was special because it was the 100th anniversary of the Indiana Extension Homemakers, and they added some different things like a history room and different. But you go to classes, you have dinners, you have excellent speakers who are motivational. You always feel motivated. Most of them are funny. And one of the outstanding things for me this year was a lady that is totally blind and learned to quilt after she became blind. You wouldn't believe it. But anyway, there were, like the gala had over 600 people there, which was fabulous. And we always have good food, and it's just a fun time. You meet people. When you go, I've gone to this conference about 12 years now, and you meet people from all over the state. So you kind of make new friends every time you go.
Okay, well, ladies, thank you very much for being with us. We do want to remind folks that there is a great home extension program in Dubois County. Find out more about it and join a club yourself. There's got to be a club close someplace to everybody, and it's not that far to travel even if there is. Thank you to our guests, Carol Libert, Linda Summers, and Judy Kemp, who have been with us. And all you ladies from the Huntingburg area, or from Ferdinand? Okay.
Huntingburg.
And you're from Huntingburg. And the club, again, is called?
Town and Country.
The Town and Country Club. We thank you for watching WJTS Inform. In just a moment, we'll be back after this commercial break with scenes from this year's Dubois County 4-H Fair. I'm Bill Potter on WJTS.